Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe the federal government has an important role to play in cutting red tape where new safe technology can be approved, yet avoid the pitfalls of using taxpayer dollars to pick winners and losers. I'm happy to be a member of the Quick Skies Caucus and to work here in Congress to help reduce noise and pollution from air travel. I believe the best way to do this is to create a fair playing field where innovation can flourish and airlines, manufacturers, and travelers can make the best choices for their businesses and, most importantly, for the health and well-being of their passengers and the communities in which they operate. Mr. Ardizoni and Mr. Barnes, in your testimonies, you mentioned the CLEAN, CLEEN, Continuous Lower Energy Emissions and Noise Program to help speed up the adoption of technologies that will reduce the aviation noise and emissions. Can you discuss some of the progress being made toward adopting these technologies?
Representative Steele, could you clarify who you're asking, please? Thank you.
Mr. Bonds and actually both of them are the zoning.
Oh, okay, Mr. Bunce. Okay.
As we look toward these technologies, and I think that Representative Steele, you got it exactly right. Reducing red tape and allowing manufacturers to compete on a level playing field becomes extremely important. It doesn't take a whole lot of government investment just to make processes smooth. And we're very concerned with all of the changes at the FAA and personnel, but also all the new people that have come on board. There needs to be more training out there to allow us to get through the process. Right now, 2 of our aircraft certification offices have gone and told the manufacturers that go in their specific regions that to get an answer back is going to be moved from 30 days to 90 days. Industry just can't work like that. So if you put forward something like to get a project approval or a test plan approved, to have a 90-day turnaround is just unacceptable. One of our companies wanted to switch from one LED landing light to another landing light. They put a submission in, and this was an Oregon company in September. They didn't hear back till April. And they're almost out of the old lights because they can't get it through supply chain. So again, those types of things to allow technology to go forward has to come with efficient processes for certification by the regulatory authorities, and then validation and using the bilateral safety agreements we have with other states of design like Europe and Canada and Brazil to be able to leverage the safety competencies of the other regulatory bodies.
Mr. Bonds, so there's any progress being made, or it's just not really progressing? It's kind of like slow, or when they take, instead of 30 days, it takes 90 days. How we can adopt these technologies and it just takes forever? How are we going to progress after that? Mr. Bonds, you're muted.
Sorry, we are throwing more activity at the FAA with the addition, obviously, of advanced air mobility, but also just as technology is advancing, we have to have specialists, and we're competing obviously with the FAA and hiring specialists. Most of our factories are down about 20% in engineers and 20% in technicians out there. So we've got to be smarter, like to appeal to young people. It was very good to see the report come out for women in aviation recently that gave us some tools to be able to recruit more women into our workforce. But it is getting worse. It isn't getting any better. And whether it's between authorities on either side of the Atlantic or whether it's just in the FAA right now, things are bogging down, slowing down. As I talked about that funnel, we cannot do things without policy and guidance and regulations. There's other industries that can, we're not allowed to. And so if everything has to go through this funnel and everything has to have legal review, it all bogs down. And I can give you a list of over 200 policy and guidance areas that the FAA isn't able to issue right now. And some of those are very important standards for us to be able to employ this technology. So it is very concerning.
We'll have to move on.